Okay, I'm not sure how this audio and video is gonna come out, and I'll probably switch between my tablet, my phone, stuff like that here and there. But this is just a little intro video. I'm gonna go ahead and launch my YouTube channel. Sorry about that. I just cut myself. But one of my aims is to empower people to give them, I guess, hope for the future, things like that. I've been able to gain a lot of successes over my life, and I've learned a lot. But I've started to really understand what I've done and how that has impacted my life. And I want to be able to just kind of share different testimonies, different wins, successes, struggles with other people that can maybe help them and get out of their rut. If they're stuck, if they're in a position where they maybe feel like they're trying to do everything right and they're not quite breaking ground. A lot of times there's a reason behind that. So the more I've I guess started to read, the more I've really understood what goes on in the thought and the spirit realm, things like that. So I paid a lot of money for a lot of coaching programs to really help me understand what goes on in life. So I'll be teaching you guys about vision boards. I'll be recommending great books to read. A little bit about my background. I'm originally from Camden, Arkansas. I was born and raised in the country. Uh, I love Camden to death, but glad I got out. I just think sometimes people get stuck in that slower mindset, and they don't really expand what's possible in life. So I graduated from high school in 2000, went to UCA, University of Central Arkansas, Go Bears. That's where I got my undergrad. I got my MBA with University of Phoenix, and pretty much ever since I graduated, I've been in the biz development, the sales, marketing, managing, and those kind of roles. Um, for the last 5.5 years, I've been in the financial service industry. I started Hill Financial Group, a wealth accumulation firm. And the main reason why I started that is because I've learned more about wealth, retirement, and some of the things that we have been taught, which are absolutely wrong, so to speak. People are using the 20th century mindset for 21st century retirement issues, and you just can't do that. You have to change. Nothing against our parents, but sometimes, the first thing we do is go seek advice from our parents. Well, they're telling you what worked for them, but the dynamic of what we've gone through has changed tremendously. So we have to start looking at what works now that's going to help us achieve that next level that we want in terms of retirement. But not only that, just tips that I learned from my MBA, from being a business owner over the last 5.5 years, and things like that. So I'll also be uploading content based on some of the things that I see kind of out there in the world. I'm a study of life and people and books, mistakes, successes, all that fun stuff. So, you know, excuse me, my goal is to have fun with it more than anything. But a lot of topics I'm gonna discuss are going to be maybe a little punchy. They're gonna be serious. They're gonna probably hit you in the gut. Some of them, but this is not targeted toward anybody specifically. This is just blanket information that I think some of it will be good for a lot of people. Now, oftentimes when you're talking to the masses, I don't know who's going to see it. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the comments open or not. I probably will because there's going to be people who are going to love what I say, and there's going to be people who are going to hate what I say, and there's going to be some people who don't really care. They'll watch anyway. So just kind of stay tuned. I'm not sure when I'm going to go ahead and do my first video, my first topic, or how long I'm going to keep them. I definitely don't want to jump on here and maybe start off doing like an hour or so. No, so it might be 5 to 10 minutes. It might be some power minute motivational talks or something like that. I have a few videos that I've done and I've uploaded them straight to Facebook. So if I can, I'll try to port them over to YouTube so you can get an idea of what I mean. You'll probably see a lot of them that I do from my car because I drive, and when I drive, I think, and when I think, ideas come to me, and some of those ideas I really kind of need to share. One of the things that I've started doing is motivational speaking, um, and that's just because I've come in contact with a lot of people, and they've always asked me, "Well, how did you do it, Jeff? How did you get here? How did you do this and that?" And you know, one of the things I'm an avid note taker, so when I'm in a conference or something like that, I take a lot of notes. But one thing I do have to get better with is just jotting down my thoughts throughout the day, or even recording them, on one of my audio players, even with my phone, just because, you know, the more you pay attention to life, the more you will realize there are clues all around you that can help you get what you want if you're in tune with the universe. You know, Oftentimes we ask for stuff and we say we want it, we think we want it, but we don't really expect it to happen. Well, I'm going to talk about the law of reaping and sowing, the law of positive expectancy, and I'm going to refer a lot to some of the mentors that I've come in contact with, some of the books that I've read, and audios and stuff like that that I've watched. I'm probably going to get into some relationship stuff as well, simply because um, some some of the stuff that happens in these relationships and the questions that I get and the stuff that I see is just like, wow, you didn't see that one happening. Um, Myself, I'm single, and one of the main reasons I'm single, and I get this question a lot, is I'm just not willing to settle. Um, and also, it's going back to myself just being in tune with the idea. I try to practice what I preach a lot of times, and not when I say preach as in, you know, I got the Bible in my hand preaching, although I'm a student of the Bible, and am I a Bible thumper? Am I going to just quote you verses off the top of my head like that? Probably not. However, I do read on a daily basis. So when those things speak to me, yeah, you're going to hear some of that kind of stuff. You're going to hear what I've read and how it applies to my life and how I've maybe breaking that down, some of the things that it might expose me to in my life. Because you get what you ask for. Sometimes you don't necessarily want to hear it or want to receive it at that point, but you ask for it. So, as the Bible does say, you become what you think about all day long. And I guess I will end it with a quick scripture, if you will, since I was on that topic. But I saw this come across today. Today is February 15th, right after Valentine's Day. Um, and it was Jeremiah 17:10, I believe. Let me see if I can go to that real quick and recap what that said before I log off of here. 17:10, and this is out of the NIV version. I, the Lord, search the heart and the heart and examine the mind to reward each person according to their conduct, according to what their deeds deserve. Excuse me. Um, it's not only what you think, it's also what's in your heart. And when you learn how the two can work synonymously, you're going to learn how to start to manifest stuff in your life. And life becomes a lot more fun when you understand how much control you have over what goes on. Because oftentimes we're waiting on somebody else in our lives to validate us. No. Just, you gotta do you, and understand that not everybody's gonna want to take that journey to the next level that you want. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to cut a lot of people off. I've done that, and it's hard for some people to say, "Man, I gotta cut my friends off," but they with me for a long time. I understand that, and you're known by the company you keep, right? So if that person is always bringing you down, if it's always negativity that they bring to the table, that's not doing you any bit of good, which is probably why you're always stuck, because you're staying around the same situation. You got to get out of that situation and see something different in life and start getting around more positive, like-minded, thought-provoking people, because when you do that, then you're going to start to see a change in your life. The success in your life is going to be dependent on the people you hang out with or associate with and the books that you read. So, I'm going to end there and stay tuned, guys.